Good afternoon again. I'm just starting to thank the organization to share with us this opportunity. I'm talking about opportunity with the Porto name. We really want to promote all the things that are already talked in the morning. That is all the competitive areas in the city, the capacity of the city to respond of a lot of challenges. I will just talk a little bit about our vision, about what I just said about the managing the data, the huge amount of data, and what we can do with it. And I will share the presentation with Danielle and Tanya that will complement me with some more real implementation with sensor and so on. Okay. So I will just talk about a thing that I think everyone knows. Okay, I have a message. Okay. That is very important, and all the cities must be aware of it, just to prepare itself to be more responsive to this trend. Those numbers are public, and it's evident that more than 75% of population, I'm talking not only in Portugal but in all the world, will be an urban population. So all the cities must really be prepared to that. And be prepared in the different dimensions, prepared to give more efficient public services, for example, a more secure city, and my colleague, the commander of the police, will talk about this in a few minutes also. And there's a lot of different dimensions that must be managed and worked just to attend this trend. Okay? Porto is not different for the other cities, and must be prepared to this. And the challenge will be simply this. Combining a more competitive city and also a more sustainable urban city in the sense of his development. Okay? So to attend the challenge, there is a very important thing. It's to have the correct, real, on-time information and data of the city. It's the only way that we can really respond to the challenge. And this challenge has impact on everything in the city, every dimension on the city. The safety, education, housing, well-living, health, etc., etc. So the challenge is here, and we are almost forced to respond to it. But there is a very important thing that sometimes we forget. All the cities are different. Porto is different from Lisbon, is different from Barcelona, is different from other cities. And we have to keep this in mind to accommodate the strategy. Okay? Some projects could work in a city and maybe cannot work in another city. Okay? So we have to have this in mind. It's very important. And at least at the end, I don't know if you remember the Matrix movie, we will try to digitalize everything. Okay? We talked about it this morning. There's a lot of information, Internet of Things, and there's a lot of information that is unknown. So we have to manage it. There's a lot of way also to, and we are talking about smart cities, of course, to organize some important areas. I will talk a little bit more about the governance, because it's the way we manage the city. But, of course, we have the other dimensions: economy, mobility, environment, people, and living. So there's a lot of need of information in all of those areas, at least to have better decision to manage the city. Also important, and the counselor talked about it in the morning, we try to achieve or to develop more important or more efficient public services. And I always use this metaphor, if you want. It's like an iceberg. The part that is out of the water is the relationship between the city council and all the city, the citizens, and all the living forces of the city. But there's a very complex organization under the water, if I can use the expression. And it is very important to guarantee the alignment, the real alignment between all the processes, information, people, strategy, and so on. And this is very crucial, very important. If you want to have a very efficient and good city management, we also need to have a good internal organization in the city hall, of course. Okay. And talking a little bit about the smart governance and the urban intelligence, the life cycle of the information, if you want, it's to have a way to try to read the city, to have the best information, on-time information of all kinds of dimensions that I already mentioned. So we need to feed this cycle. And of course, sensors are very important to that. And there's two kinds of information. The information that is the information about the cities, studies about the cities, economical information about the cities, but also, and not less important, all the information that we talked already in the morning until now. A lot of that information can be deployed and made available through the sensors, all kind of sensors. One more technical, other less technical. And in the end, if we have the correct information, we can make two things. One is to have a better strategy based on good information, so we can have good decisions in the managing the city. But the other thing, not less important, is to be more responsive or more reactive. If we detect some kind of situation in the city, we can react in a more effective way. So this is the big picture, if you want, of the life cycle of the information that we need to feed and to promote. Not entering in the technical part, of course, but this is our architecture, or one way of looking at it. So we have clearly two worlds that are complementary. The internal world of I'm talking about the city hall, of course, about all the integration of the information, all the dimensions that we are talking about, the possibility to analyze, to detecting some patterns of some kind of situations in the cities, and all based on a huge amount of information that we have to gather and to organize to be more effective, of course. This is the last slide. To do what I'm talking about the architecture, we also implemented a platform internally to manage the information. So we are today capable of gathering all the information. That's why we need you to do that, and to clearly have some very clear information, on-time information, and important information. This is only a very simple print screen of the application that we developed in the fireman unit. And we are in the map. We can see the quantity of occurrences that occurred in the map, okay, in the city of the Porto. And we can, of course, drill down the information, have more detail about that. So just to finish, this is important also. All this is possible if we have a real collaboration and if we promote all the interactions in the cities with enterprises, with the university, and of course with all the living forces in the city. And one of the mission of the city, of course, is to promote that. We are not doing anything on the others, but we promote all the collaboration, and this is important for the city. So I will just pass the word for the rest. Thank you.